Welcome to my first YouTube video. Today we're going to break down how ConnectWise tracks its SLA metrics on service tickets. So it has three metrics. They are response, resolution plan, and then resolution. And a lot of MSPs miss that middle step, and I think that's an integral step that they're missing because it's information that can help them improve their service offering to their customers. So I'll show you how to set these up. Also, you can use this for maintaining and making sure that your existing statuses are still working the way that you intend them to. So just to cover the three SLAs, they are, again, so response, which is the first contact back to the customer. This is not the automated response that you typically send back when a customer opens a ticket that we have your ticket. That's that automated response. That doesn't count. This is a triage person or a dispatcher responding to that ticket, requesting more information, and basically validating back to the customer that a human has interacted with this ticket. That is typically your response rate. The next one is resolution plan. And this is typically what you use when a technician becomes engaged with the ticket. And that's why this one is mainly missed. Most people take in progress or a response as the technician responding to that ticket. So you can use that as part of it as well. Then the last one, of course, is resolution. When the ticket has actually been resolved, that kind of stops that timer. So just in a quick quirk with each of these, so they go response, plan, and resolution. If you walk through the timeline, each one adds to the or starts from where the previous one finished. So for example, if I open a ticket at 9 o'clock in the morning and respond to it at 9:15, my response time will be 15 minutes. If I set a res plan up for 9:30, it will be 15 minutes, not 30, because it's counting that since the response time was done. If the technician then spends 15 more minutes fixing it and getting it to resolution at 9:45, they mark the ticket as we have resolved it. The response or the resolution time on that, would be another 15 minutes. So if you want from beginning to end, you need to add each of those numbers up in order to get the total amount of resolution time from the time that the ticket was opened, subtracting any waiting time. And I'll go through waiting resolutions here in a second. So as an example, so let's start this off. This is just a very simplified service board. I would actually recommend you keep your statuses very lean so that the technicians don't have a lot to choose from, and it makes the flow of the ticket much more smooth from the technical team and from your client's perspective as well, which is always the most important thing. So typically MSPs will have a new setup. This is kind of the default that kind of comes with ConnectWise. What you want to do is not allow time to enter and set the escalation status. If we click into here, you can actually see this is simply just this drop down. So you can see that there's 5 here. So we have not responded, which is the default. So it keeps the response SLA timer counting. When you put it into a ticket or a status that has we have responded, it stops that counter, stamps that into the ticket, minus any time that a ticket was sitting in a waiting, which is we are waiting, do not escalate. That stops the existing timer in its tracks and removes that amount of time from its calculation. So as you can see here, I have assigned. I've also set that in this particular case to not responded. This is kind of where you might diverge. So I've set in progress to be when we have responded. So you can interchange this with we have a resolution plan based on if you have perhaps a triage status. So in progress here stamps the ticket with a we have responded, so that would immediately stop that ticket's response time from moving forward and stamp that into the ticket. If you put a ticket to in waiting, it stops the current counter. So if you did it before you responded, it would stop the response. If you did it after the response, it will stop the plan and or resolution counters from going. If you skip a step, so if you go direct from in progress to complete, it will stamp the same date and time for the resolution plan and the resolution, but it'll put number of minutes next to the resolution as 0, and I'll show you an example of that later. And then, of course, completed, we have resolved the issue, that will stamp it. And again, these are additive to my previous example of 9, 9:15, 9:30. Each one will have 15 minutes, and I'll again show you those. And then the reopened, which is a typical thing that happens in the MSP world, is a ticket will sometimes get reopened. Sometimes we all know it's just a simple thank you, but this does not reset any timers. So if you go from reopened, and let's say it's a legitimate reopen where the technician didn't fix it, it needs to go back for work again, they put it back to in progress, where it sets it to we have responded, it will not overwrite the existing value in there, so it doesn't reset that or the date. It maintains those existing numbers in there. So just to show you what I have, so I had these 5 tickets where I kind of put them through the ringer and just said, you know, these are the statuses that each of these tickets have gone through, so that I can then show you kind of what the count is. So you can see, here's another ticket that I just wanted to show you to outline something. So this ticket was opened at 7:28 p.m. Of course, these are all UTC, and responded to a minute later. You can see here, this one is just under a minute, and it says that the resolution or the resolution plan was 0 minutes. It's because it wasn't a full minute, so it doesn't round up, it rounds down. And then you can see the resolution plan at 7:31, which is 2 minutes from this time. So that's why it's got 2 minutes in there. So each of these tickets, you can see it's gone through new to assigned to in progress to plan to complete. So you can see that there's a different date and timestamp. This ticket had no waiting, so it was 109 minutes to resolve it, 33 minutes to come up with the plan, and 2 hours to respond to it. So you can see now how do you resolve something in 33 or get to a plan in 33 minutes when it took you longer. You can see here that this ticket was opened at 7:35. We didn't respond to it until 9:38, and then 11 minutes past 10 is when the resolution plan came up with, which is 33 minutes from this time. So you can see how it's counting from the previous timer, how it hands that off to the next. And again, just to highlight this one here, you can see that it went to complete, back to in progress, and back to complete again. But this number did not get reset. This also sat in waiting for a little bit, actually before it went to in progress. So you can see here that even though the ticket was opened at 10 to 8 and not responded to until 20 to 10, it was only 26 minutes to respond because it sat in a waiting status right off the bat. So this was just to show you how that waiting status works. So this is kind of how they work. The next video I will go through will be how all of this interacts with the SLAs and business calendars for times of when it calculates these, because of course these were all nice and simple. They were all within 1 day and on a 24-hour SLA. The nice thing about ConnectWise too is that when you're setting up in any of these screens and you click the View Help, it opens up help that is sensitive or context sensitive to the screen that you're on, so you can go through and get some help on those screens. And I hope this video has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.